Hello, and welcome to another update video about HBAR Hedera Hashgraph. We take a look here at the daily time frame at the moment, and you can see that we are holding above the 9.8 to 16.7 cent support area still. That's very important because this area remains our relevant support zone on the daily time frame. Any break below 9.8 cents will require a reinterpretation of the larger time frame, of the larger chart picture. But so far that is not necessary, right? What we can do on this chart, we can identify a pattern that we would call a descending wedge pattern. It is not very clearly defined yet, but you can see that we have a couple of trend lines here. It looks maybe even more like a channel at the moment, but you can draw the trend lines in a way that they look really more like these typical wedge patterns. And they typically indicate, I just have to make sure I draw it correctly, they typically indicate that an upside breakout is likely. At the same time, this does not necessarily look complete. Yeah, I mean, we can say that possibly blue wave B formed the top, and we're moving down in wave C now. So what is, I think, important to understand is we are still caught in a correction. The support zone is between 9.8 cents and 16.7 cents unchanged. And between that, we've got the 12.8 cent level as additional support level. And we have these trend lines here on the chart. They could act as additional support. And we've got the structural support here from previous swing lows located at 17.5 cents. So what I want to say is that the blue scenario seems in control. So that means it is likely that the wave C, which is one structure within such a corrective pullback, that this C wave goes a little bit lower, possibly towards 12.8 cents. The white scenario simply shows an alternative perspective, or just shows one scenario, and the blue one is another one. I always say that from an Elliott wave point of view, what is more important than the structures that we see, the microstructures, the levels are more important. So it really matters more if, what really matters is that the bulls turn up before the price breaks below 9.8 cents. That's what I want to say. And whether we go down a little lower or not, only the market will decide, but it seems probable. So I prefer the blue scenario, not because I want the price to go down, but because it seems like the more probable scenario. Now, what I communicated in previous videos is maybe this wave B will move a little bit further over here. So it could move up and down a little bit before making that decision to come down. A B wave can always extend. These are the most difficult waves to forecast, to track, and to trade. Let's take a look at the smaller time frame, if anything here has changed. Now, in the last update, I shared with you that we're likely going to get another low. That happened. That was probably in wave C to the downside. It was probably the third wave. We're now currently working here on the fourth wave and could get one more low in wave 5. So it seems incomplete to the downside. It's a 3-wave move down at the moment. A C wave is a 5-wave move. So it should get one more low if this interpretation is correct. But as I said, even if we look into these microstructures, there is a possibility that this B wave just extends. How could it do that? Well, it would simply be a slightly different structure where we say this is the A wave, B wave, C wave. That B wave will move over here, and then we get another low. So it would simply be a delay. That can always happen in corrective structures, which is why I say the levels are more important than the microstructures. Now, to keep it simple, we can draw a micro resistance area to the chart, which the price should stay below if this interpretation is correct. So we have already tested that resistance area, and the price could easily now move down from here. Any break above 21.8 cents would indicate that the microstructures will shift. So it means that in the short term, the downside pressure still seems to be high, but we've arrived obviously at structural support. There could be a reaction here. It could take a while until the price comes down, but overall, I'm still looking for higher prices, especially as long as we're holding above critical support at 9.8 cents. That's the update about HBAR. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.